Whatever it is, it is. Good morning, guys. Let me get my screen up and running. We'll look at some price levels. We'll look at some charts and see what's cooking today. Good morning, Dave. Morning, Joel. What's up, Ozzy? Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Right. Nice, nice. There we go. Alright, let's take a look. So we'll start on the ES, guys. Now, we did just have CPI data came out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, and it came out less than forecasted, right? So they were expecting 0.3% on core inflation, came in at 0.2%. Prior was 0.1%, so it was higher than the prior, but it was less than the forecasted. And we see it's sort of been holding steady. Like we've been coming under forecasted for the past March, April, May, June, July, for the past 5 months now. That's pretty interesting. That is really important to know, guys. As traders, as investors, even if you aren't a trader and you're just an everyday shopper, an everyday person, guys, understanding inflation, this data, this information is extremely, extremely crucial. I just want to share this out because that is a great screenshot and it's good to know. CPI dash core inflation came in less than, actually, hold up. Came in less than forecasted for the fifth month in a row. Fifth month in a row, which is a strong sign for the economy. But we have to see how it holds up, because if inflation's holding lower, possibly a job report going the opposite direction, that could be an issue, believe it or not, because if inflation goes lower, which means things are easier to buy, but people are still getting more jobs, then people are going to be able to spend a lot more. And if a majority is able to spend more, that would cause inflation to come back higher again. So we do have to sort of read each economic data tip for what they are, and we also have to read it in conjunction with whatever else information-wise is coming out. Economy. Alright, that's fine. CPI, inflation. Publish that. Schedule it for, it's today's 15th. Okay, good, great, wonderful, awesome. All right, we got the ball rolling. We're good to go now. Move Market AI over. Market AI is also telling us bullish sentiment. Let's move our ES trade map light for book map, because we need our book map for ES to see our price action, internal price action. Now, guys, something that I noticed from our pre-market that I'm looking for today is going to be, I did a brief write-up. S&P 500 has been making all-time highs in a very bullish trend. We just had CPI data come out, so I'd like to see how the New York session opens for that, right? So how does the New York session react when we get our open after CPI came out pretty strong, pretty well? Not even strong in the sense that it was less than expected. So setups I was looking for, I'll look to see if we can hold above 63.23 and 63.33. It's this level here and this level here. These are the two levels I'm watching right now. Now, guess what, guys? We have a small pivot low right here at 63.25. Now I have my liquidity level. This would be our sell side liquidity, because think of it as sell side, because at this point when we break that low, we're going to get people selling their position. Whether people were long over here and their stop loss is here and they exit their long position by selling it, or on the breakdown they try to sell the position too because they think we're going to continue lower. So with that being said, I'd actually like to see 63.23, and look, we do have at 63.25, which is where this pivot is. I'd like to see us push lower and reverse off of that key level, right? So I see 63.2350 as a key level. I'd like to see a reverse and push back higher from there. We also have, that would be buying below our VWAP too. So I do want to see if that could go in our favor. This looks pretty solid. Good morning, guys. All right. Should be Gucci, man. We should be good to go. Hope everybody's doing well today. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday. My watch is dead. I'm always using, I don't know if you guys use an Apple Watch, but man, they really make things easier. July 15th, guys. It is halfway through July already. That is wild, dude. Let's take a look to see how things are going. Good morning, everybody. We'll take a look at now NASDAQ and see if NQ's given us any potential levels of support or resistance. Start on our daily time frame, mark out previous day high, previous day low. Mark out our open price for today. We already see that we have a very strong bullish day today. So something I would note is, okay, well, if we already have an extended daily candle, I might look for the New York session to pull back to possibly this blue zone and then hold for longs. So 4 hour, not seeing much. We had this supply zone here. We held it as supply for a nice short in the morning. When we broke it, we held it as support. It looks like we held it as support overnight. So this is our blue zone. This is the top of our range. If we're looking back at NASDAQ right here, check this out. We had our range from the lows around 22,840 to highs around 23,065. So we were pretty range bound between this until we finally broke it last night, came back, retested an area of support, pushed higher again. So now at this point, I'm sort of looking to see what zones can I use as areas of interest. We'll probably delete that big blue one. What is this price level here? Not relevant. This one also not relevant. What I'm going to be looking for today on NASDAQ is going to be support in this zone right here. So right near this is 23,111. Make that yellow. To about that 23,086. So this is the zone on NAS that I'm looking for today for support. So if we could find NASDAQ to find support, at the same time ES is finding support, that would be huge to go long. Now we could take a look at our equities as well, just to make sure that they are currently trending in our favor. Equities at the moment, Microsoft is within its previous day's range, Meta within its previous day's range, Tesla, Amazon, and Apple all within previous days range, and then we have Nvidia. Nvidia's at all-time highs. Again, new all-time highs on Nvidia right here. 171. Nvidia's looking to open at 171. That is wild, guys. I'd take a screenshot of that. That is crazy. So if we're looking for key levels on something like Nvidia that's at all-time highs, we want to mark out key psychological levels. So like this 165, 170, 175, things of that nature. So let's mark it out as yellow. Let's do coordinates is going to be 175. And that's how we find our key levels at all-time highs. So now if we could hold above 170, I'll look to see if Nvidia wants to head towards that 175 today. This is crazy, man. That is wild of a move. NVIDIA. NVIDIA's at all-time highs, and it's making new all-time highs again overnight / pre-market. We're currently trading at 171.63 above key psychological level 170. If buying momentum continues on NVIDIA like we've seen the past couple of days, I'd like to see if we could head towards 175. NVIDIA's all-time high made it overnight / pre-market. Currently trading at 170. 171.63, 171.63, above key psychological level 170. And I'm hungry, and if buying momentum continues, it'll be like 175. Alright. Cool, man, cool. I like that. Actually, wait. I'm gonna get a better screenshot for that so we could put this on, what's it called? Yeah, we could put on, what's it called? No, I'm just kidding. We'll put it on, IG. Guys, make sure to be following on social medias, Instagram, everywhere. Show some support, show some love. All about it. Okay, so that's NVIDIA. That's what we're looking for. NVIDIA is holding bullish. It's going to help our bull momentum today on things like NASDAQ and the ES. Other than that, we do need to see the rest of equities start to align with it in the sense that I want to start seeing them push higher as well. So right now we have NVIDIA's down here, way above its previous day high. Then we have things like Microsoft, Meta, Apple, all within those previous days range. So I'd like to see Meta find some buying momentum, maybe get above 725, head towards that 728. Amazon's pretty close to its previous day high, but that's been a pretty strong key level for a little bit, guys. Look at this here on Amazon. This is why it's important to look at equities key levels as well when we're trading futures, because look at this major resistance here on Amazon. From like here to here. It's not even a supply zone, it's just an area of resistance where I see that on Friday we rejected it, Monday we rejected it, and here we are on Tuesday, pre-market, we're starting to reject it. So that will work as a rejection zone. However, if we're looking to see buyers, we'd look to see if we could break above it and retest and hold. And that would be great if somebody was trading like options on something like Microsoft, or what were we looking at just there? Meta. No, I'm sorry, that was Amazon. I don't know, man. Damn, look at that. ES is holding that zone I had. So I had this 62. So guys, remember guys, ES I'm looking for, and I'll mark it out with the yellow level too, just so we could see it a bit more clearly now. I could see clearly now, the long is gone. I'm looking for longs down here at the bottom of this current range. So you see how we're range bound since about 3 in the morning on this 15-minute time frame. Lows around 63.26, highs around 63.41. With that being said, I want to buy the lows and sell the highs. So I'll look to, in that sense, guys, that's just a phrase. So if we're looking to buy the lows and sell the highs, we're not just looking to sell the highs because we're at the highs. We have to look at the overall trend. If we're in a bullish trend, we're not going to be selling the highs. We're going to be buying the lows. When we sell the highs, that's us exiting our long position. Let's see if gold's giving us anything, man. I would think gold's pulling back with all the strength in the market. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. There's a major level right here. Open price, previous day high. Previous day low. Haven't taken it out yet, but we're looking like we're trying to. Oh, we do have demand. And that held up yesterday as support. We have these supply zones that are broken. I could see if we have a new supply zone. So I could delete these broken ones. I'll look to at least delete this rectangle itself. And I'll keep this 2-hour price level because it looks like the price level worked as a strong key level. This supply zone I will keep because I could see that price held it as support when we were above it, resistance when we were below it. Now, I also see we have sort of a double top right here on the hourly, and we also have a great 1-hour supply zone. We have our basing at a high, we have our strong sell-off, and great continuation. So we'll mark that out. This is our supply zone. S1 hour. And if I'm looking for longs on gold, which I sort of am, I'd possibly look to see if we could get towards this 33.82, but that would call for us to pull back 20 points on gold. Don't think it's going to happen, especially if I'm looking for bears to take control. I would think we're going to want to take some more legs lower. At this point, I'd wait on gold, because we do have demand down here, and this demand zone held up overnight. And it held up yesterday during the New York session. So there is some active buying around 33.50, 33.52. Oil, leave it alone. Dude, that's crazy. Bitcoin, crazy pop above 120. Obviously, after we break 120, we're going to pull back because a lot of people are waiting for us to break 120 to buy. It's not how we want to invest, guys. We want to buy low, sell highs. We want to sell at these highs, take profit. Alright, let's see. Oil on the daily is probably just horrible. Yeah, dude, what even? Oil's barcoding. Oil's probably taken the biggest toll when it comes to the uncertainty of the whole tariff situation. And that's probably due to the fact that oil is very widely traded within every country, right? Most countries. So when there's too much uncertainty, where it doesn't know if it should spike higher or drop lower, we're going to find very range-bound price action. And when that happens, and we know it's driven by some type of economic factor, that's when we definitely want to stay out of that. ES, we have some targets to the upside, 63.40, 63.46. Anything else? 63.50, 63.55. Bookmap's giving us some nice levels to the upside here. Good morning, everybody. Morning, Marziti, Kurt, Kyle. What's up, Kev, Joel, Habibi? Good morning.
What's up?
What's up? Good morning, good morning. Let's see. Gold doing its thing. I'll probably wait on gold. Wait on gold. Get it? Like, put your get like. I'm gonna get rid of time and sales here. I don't need that anymore. Gold doesn't really have any price targets to the downside right now. It does. A little bit. Not the craziest. 33.30. I thought I saw, yeah, there's definitely a stronger one to the upside. 33.90. 33.90. And that is actually way up in that supply zone. 33.90. So, not completely against it, but definitely not going to jump in longs down here while markets on gold are clearly trying to move lower. We don't want to try to catch a falling knife. We don't want, it's called being the first to buy, right? We don't want to try to buy here thinking, oh, we're definitely going to reverse just for it to continue lower against us. Because that'd just be silly. I saw some news recently that silver is sort of building up to give us a pop. We'll take a look at silver. That is SI. Take a look at silver on the daily right here. It did give us a little bit of a pop on silver. Look at that. Silver is a lot stronger on the daily time frame than something like gold. Gold here on the daily time frame struggling. Silver is popping. So silver's got a little bit more bullish momentum behind it. We could take a look at silver on some lower time frames, see if we have any possible supply or demand zones.
I like silver, but it has very low volume.
Yeah.
Compared to the others. It's only had 20,000 contracts today,
Hmm.
as compared to crude at 41,000. So it's tradable, definitely, and it's a nice place to trade. You just have to remember you can't go heavy on it.
Yeah. Kyle, good point. Kyle, I've been studying silver hard for the past few months, nearing 14-year highs. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, 14-year highs on silver. Gold was at all-time highs a little while ago at this point. It's crazy. It was just, I would have said pretty recently, but it's already like April 22nd. So that's how long ago now? About 3 months ago. So since we made those all-time highs, we had our Liberation Day. That's when Trump announced all those tariff reliefs on every country except for China. That was our first tariff deal. And that gave us strength in the market. Markets went bullish, so gold went bearish or range bound. So I would be looking for only gold shorts, unless we find support down in demand. And also, it's really gonna depend on inflation because the CPI came in less than forecasted, and usually inflation, gold will run with it, right? If inflation goes higher, people will look to invest in gold because of the concern of inflation. It's a safe haven. Inflation came in a little lower today, right? So we had our core inflation rate month over month. Actual was 0.2%. Our forecast was 0.3%. Now we see for the past 5 months, our forecast has been, for the past 6 months, our forecast has been 0.3%. February, we were above it by 0.1. Since March, we've been below the forecast. So that is, again, it sort of be a strong sign in the economy. And what's pretty cool with this, guys, is this inflation report below forecast came out right before we reversed in April. Interesting. Economics, take a look at them, watch them. They help move markets too. Let's see, what was I doing? Oh, I wanted to see, so how did gold trade in March then? Right, when did we get CPI? We get CPI on Tuesday, midway through the month. Oh, okay, so where's March, June? March, May. Oh, you know what we could do? Search date, and we'll do March. We'll go to like the 16th. I wish I could look up like when did core inflation come out, CPI come out in March, like what day? I don't think I can. I'm sure there's a way to find it. I just don't want to take up too much of our time this morning. So here's like the 14th, here's then the 15th. So let's say we had CPI somewhere on a Monday or Tuesday, and then it looks like New York session dipped and held. This is gold now. This is gold.
May 7th.
May 7th? No, I'm looking for March. Oh, right. It comes out May because it's for March's, right. Thank you. Wait, no. So wouldn't it come out in April? I'm looking for March's CPI. When it was released. I think April then.
One sec.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, or let's see. Well, we could also look at the 8:30 candles and look to see if we have a big move.
Oh, wait, I'm looking at FOMC. You want CPI. One sec.
Yeah. Yo, good morning, Kev. What's up, man? What's up, man? E. Marcel, Dave, Double Dave. We got two Daves in here. What's up, guys? Austin, good morning. Bigfoot Trader, what's poppin', guys? Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Guys, I do want to ask, I gotta see if I have that meeting, but if Futures Fever is still running, because Apex had some notes on it, I do politely ask if you guys could go show some support and love for it, because I like doing those shows, and, yeah. Any luck on that, Marziti?
Almost there. Asking chat to give me some dates. GPT.
Yeah, I was gonna do the same, but it doesn't really give the most accurate information sometimes. I want to see if gold has any, oil has any demand down here. Check this out, guys. This 45-minute demand on oil held up once, twice, now 3 times. If oil does come back into this zone, I would possibly look for some longs. CVD is still green on oil. I'll look to see how we react in here. So we'll add an alert and we'll take a look. All right, let's see. Release date for March was April 10th. Oh, it's my birthday. April 10th on gold. April 10th, 9, and then here is April 10th. So CPI came out at that 8:30. We had our crazy little wick, and then it looks like gold popped on a strong inflation report. Not strong as in higher than forecast. Strong as in strong for the economy. Yo, good morning, Leo. Oh man, missed pre-market. That's alright, bro. It's still only 9:03. I'll cover the ES and NQ zones I was looking at. So guys, remember, when we started this inflation report, oh, you know what's cool now? Now we could check the other ones too. So this was April 10th for March's report, and gold gave us a bull move. Now we could check May 13th. May 13th. And this should be when we got that other inflation report. Here's our 9:30. I'm sorry, 8:30. Is this 13th? May 13th for April. Then it looks like we got a dip in the morning, but then it was followed by a rally. So again, I'm sort of feeling a rally when it comes to these inflation reports coming less than forecasted for gold's reaction. Let's see. We'll check June 11th as well. If June 11th was like crazy bearish, then I'm just gonna forget about it. Forget about it. Okay, so check it. Bears tried, failed. Bears tried again, major fail. So again, it does seem like buyers try to hold us when inflation comes in pretty steady on gold. Again, not inflation on gold, inflation on the economy, but how gold reacts to it. Oh, you know what? Yeah, give me one sec. Where's ES and NQ? Great. Oil trying to hold. Oil didn't hit that demand zone, so I'm not interested. Put ES back here on Bookmap. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Gold holding this key level right here. 33.56. Excuse me. Oh, I like that. Because look, we have a green can. We wicked into it. Had a green close above it. Wicked into it again. Green close above it. This looks pretty solid on longs for gold here. Building a little support under us too. Yeah, it's not looking too bad on gold longs at this point. I don't think I'm gonna take this one though because we do have a demand zone below us, and I'd really much rather see how we react to that CPI, like New York session opens reaction. So we'll wait on something like gold here. It was looking okay if we were taking longs here and stop loss at the low we just created. Just to play it a little safe, this would be a 3-to-1 risk to reward. But I'm not taking this trade. I'm not sold on it. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. So this is gold. I'm not in gold right now. Oil. Oil, is that the open price? No, let's mark out our previous day high and low on oil anyways, just because we broke previous day low, so I would be essentially looking for shorts. Let's see. This green zone was support, support, resistance, support. Right. Let's see. So this is oil right now. I was looking to see this 15-minute area right here on oil. I might consider it for shorts. Again, me personally, not the biggest fan of oil's price action at all, so most likely just going to stay out of it. Yo, Fairchild, man, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Some YouTubers up in here. Why am I bullish month in the 2 weeks of this? Responsible for me to pay my family. Alright, yo, Kev, that's no problem, man. I gotcha. I gotcha. I'll see if I can pull some strings, maybe even, to keep you in the Discord. If that's something you want me to try to work on. Alright, so here goes gold. Hit that key level again right there. Okay, the fact that it's reacting to that key level does usually make me want to consider a long. But we're getting a little volatile here. Aggressive sellers are stepping in. CVD is still green, gotta remember that, but I don't want to try to take this long position and try to convince myself to take this long position. Much rather wait for ES and NQ at this point. It is 9:09, market's open in about 20 minutes. Give me a half a second, guys. Type, 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 type. Type, 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 type. Okay, let's see. Yeah, see that gold with another dip? I'm glad I didn't just say, okay, let me go long here because we're at a key level. Nope, 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 nope. Gotta trust ourselves, trust the markets, trust what it's presenting. Gold, oil had a nice little spike here. My issue with oil is I definitely wouldn't look for longs at highs. For sure not doing that. Especially because right now, if we're looking at oil, these highs, these are only highs from pre-market. If we're looking back to the left, our highs aren't until like 68.60. So it's like we could reverse up here and move lower, or we could break up there and hold it as support. So I'd really much rather wait for something like oil and or just completely stay out of it. Wait on gold. Wait on gold. Let's see. VIX is moving lower. Yo, what's up, Chad? Good morning, man. Dan, what's up, Dan? Harvey, what's going on? Jenya, Joel, what's up, everybody? Mike, Roy, big old party up in here, guys. Hope everybody's doing good today. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Okay. Yo, good morning. Let's see. We could see if there are any headlines that came out. Nothing crucial right now. Take a look at our market trader alerts. Turn this on so we see things that people marked as high alert. Traders stick to bets on September Fed rate cut after inflation report. Okay, this is an important one, right? Expecting Fed rate cut in September. CPI year over year 2.7, consensus 2.6. Trade talks to include Europe, but this was about 21 hours ago, so not too interested in something that long ago. Currency, equities, see if anything's popping on equities. Obviously very heavy on Nvidia today and Tesla and Palantir. A lot of good equities right now, a lot of big names. Palantir stock rose 5%. Is Palantir, it's near 150? Yo, no way. This is one I've been preaching about, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god, no way. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This was the zone I was looking for the retest, and look at that higher low held 130 level all the way back to 150 now. That is beautiful. That's cool, man. That is cool. Come back to oil. Gold. Gold trying to move lower again. Remember, guys, gold's trying to move lower, but yesterday's price action, we found support in this green zone down here. So just because we're moving lower doesn't mean we have to take a short position. YouTube, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Show some love. Let's see. Don't worry, guys. It'll get more exciting once New York session opens. Right now, we're just waiting. We could check... Nah, I was going to say we could check, see if there's any low volume shelves, but if I put our volume profile up here, guys, it's range bound right now. I could put my volume profile right before we had our CPI news and see if there's any low volume shelves. Okay, well, we do have something here. Low volume shelf between 31 and about 28, 29. So this is the zone I'm going to be looking for longs. So there's going to be 2 points of interest that I'm going to be looking for long positions today, and that's going to be this 63.25, if we could sweep that, or if we can move into this low volume shelf down here, mark this line out right there, and find some support in there for ES longs. So 2 positions, 2 setups I'm really like to see today. And we'll take a screenshot of that and see what's popping.
Well, if you think things are boring right now, I can always put on a wig and do Boy George impressions.
Now that you mention it, this is pretty fun. All right, here goes Gold. Gold heard my boring statement. Dave. Yo, Vino, what's going on, man? Good morning, hello, and welcome. Always good to see some new faces in here. You guys got any questions, please let me know. Alright, there we go. Gold in demand. Just because it's in demand doesn't mean we buy, but it doesn't mean we want to be aware of it.
Silver's got a target below. I imagine gold does as well. Look at
We really don't have much on gold.
6 p.m.
We really don't have much on gold to the downside right now. We have 33.50, 33.49. Those are pretty good. We're hitting our open price, which works as a fantastic key level sometimes. Previous day low. Okay, if we hold previous day low, which would sort of be my goal, we hold previous day low, we could reverse higher, because we haven't broken previous day low yet. Okay, thinking of some gold longs down here. If we get one more dip into that demand zone. 2:30 left on this 5 minutes. So guys, right now, we had a wick, right? Look at the body of this candle. Small body, long lower wick, but we have 2.5 minutes for this candle to close, which means it's plenty of time for it to close that wick and push lower again, right? Also plenty of time for it to reverse and continue higher. But what are the odds that after all this selling, we get one huge green candle? Odds are very low. That's why we never want to try to be the first buyer, never want to try to be the first seller. We wait for that first reaction to tell us we're reversing, and then we find our entry. Like aggressive buying right here, that's a good sign. Oil, a dip lower. ES and NQ chopping around. Would definitely consider longs at gold. I don't feel like getting stopped out, so I'm not going to. We're going to see. There we go. Nice gold. My trading view's not loading on gold. That's pretty funny. It freaked out. Why is it not loading trading view on gold? Is ES not moving either? Okay, it's gonna reload right now. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Gold's moving. ES and NQ, though, why are they not moving? Unless market's just that sideways right now? Yeah, okay, NAS is moving. ES, a little movement. Okay, I was gonna say that's weird. See that we're hitting this demand zone again. That's why we don't try to just go long up here because of the candle starting to wick higher. Because we don't know where we're going to close. We still have time. If gold does break that previous day low, I would be pretty freaking bearish on it. But I also know a lot of people are looking for that previous day low get broken and then go bearish. Meanwhile, that previous day low still resides in that demand zone. Alright, I like that big seller, because this big seller just got absorbed. So I would try along here with the stop loss at the low we just created, just to sort of test the waters on this long on gold. So I am in a long on gold right now. Stop loss at the low we just made, and if we fail and just go to stop loss, that's okay. Gotta know how much our risk is, gotta know how much our reward is, no matter the trade. I'm looking for a 3-to-1 on this. I'm just looking for a quick move. I'm not looking for a full reversal. I'm just looking for a quick move. And hey, listen, if we start to give us a full reversal, I'll move my take profit. Let my winner run. CVD has been pushing green. 15-minute closes in 10 minutes. I do sort of like this on gold. I would like to see the weighted gold over here start to continue higher as well, though. If we don't, we might just dive lower again, and I'll just stop out. That's okay. I might put my stop loss at 50.3 because if we want to dip into this like 50 and then 49 area, I want to get out before we dip even lower. That way I could possibly readjust my entry. Yeah, look at those sellers coming
What are
in.
you on, gold?
Yeah, I'm gonna get stopped
All
out
right,
right
so
here
gold
though.
has got a low side target 33.49-ish. That's a prior day low.
Yeah, stopped out of gold right there. Look at that. I stopped me out. It's gonna reverse now, but I'm gonna wait on gold. Give me a better reaction. Close out of this demand zone again. Even possibly wait for the 15-minute to close. If the 15-minute could close outside of this demand zone, that would be huge. What's today, guys? 15th? Hmm.
Yeah, today's the 15th. We're coming down to that prior day low on gold. Let's see what happens when we hit that. Looks like it's around 33.49.4, I think.
I got previous day low 33.48.5.
5, okay.
And two zigzags. Let's see. ES and NQ both up on the day right now. We'll leave gold alone. Just wait on that New York session open. Guys, I'm gonna grab a water. Make sure you stay hydrated.
Yeah, at this point in time, we wait on the market to open. I mean, you might be able to get a scalp or two out of this. But yeah, wait for the market to open.
Guys, give me half a second. I'll be right there.
Not that I'm trading it, but just for commentary, if we look at gold as it gets closer to that prior day low, it does not have to necessarily break it. Um, we say that there's liquidity there because people's stops are there and blah, blah, blah. But, remember, people can move their stops prior to this.
No, they
And
can't.
people may not want their stops getting taken out, so they may turn around and throw a bunch of buy orders in there to prevent that from happening. So we do put it on our chart as an actual line, but treat it as a reactionary area kind of thing.
Is
So just be aware of that.
is oil on a new contract? No, not yet. ES and Q running, running, running higher. Love to see it.
Oil is on Q, Queen.
Nice.
Notice this, what's going on with gold here. It's struggling to break that low. And it's really slowing down. We had a pretty good steady march down towards it, and now we're stalling as they're trying to decide what are we going to do. So pay attention to the tug of war, and if you've got your time in sales or your dom or whatever, watch for an explosion when it hits that line or as it gets to that line, and see what happens.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Kevin here, Bullishbrs, your favorite trader to trade with in the mornings. I'd really appreciate it. I know I mentioned like probably every day at this point about the whole social media spiel. Support's been fantastic. I love it. Been growing great. But if you guys are on Instagram, if you could drop a comment here and there, that'd be great. Say that thanks for the information, anything. It's helpful to me because it shows the companies I work with, Benzinga, Apex, that hey, it's getting good feedback, it's getting good engagement. It is already, but the extra would help. We got 30, 40 people in here sometimes. If 10 of you wrote something, that would be huge. Yeah, I'd appreciate it. That's all. That's all. It's free support. And again, it's my goal at some point would be to get Bullishbrs to be a free community. Like sponsored or sponsored by like Benzinga or Apex or something. Apex sponsors a lot of newer communities and stuff. And building the relationship that I have, Gold Broke previous day low, building the relationship and rapport that I have with them, I'd love to see if that's something they'd get behind as well. Gold on a strong break of previous day low. CVD dropped. Selling pressure came in like a hot cake. Not touching gold with a 10-foot pole. We're going to be waiting for ES and NQ to wake up and get that New York session market open. I'm going to assume once New York session opens, we're going to skyrocket. It's not going to give us an entry. I would love for us to pull back towards 63.31 on ES for an entry. It's a low volume shelf down over there on the volume profile when we put our volume profile right before we had our CPI data. So with that being said, this is our low volume shelf. We'll drag this as my rectangle to mark that out for myself. That's the trade I'm looking for. Very tight stop loss. Good trade right there. Possibly. We'll see. See where VIX is trading at too. That's important. VIX is pretty weak. It's within its previous sessions. Oh no, it's not. It's below previous session low. So VIX is moving lower. So ES should be moving higher. That's great. These are moving together. That's confirming our trend. So now we know not to fight the trend. Crude oil notification in demand again. But again, oil being oil right now, I don't want to take oil at all. If I took this long, I would literally just be trying it to look for a reaction, and I'd have such a tight stop loss. I would not look for more than that. Oh man, meetings are stacking up. That's cray cray. Apex, Benzinga, and Trend Spider today, guys. Let's get it. Get some good stuff going. Look at this is gold now. Let's see gold. Market's open in less than a minute. Gold made its way back up. Let's get ES on here. Much more interested in ES. Good. Pull back. Yes. Give us that pullback right before New York session open. That is fantastic. We'll get our long positions lined up and ready to take. And I'm looking for 31 over here. So if we could pull back, sweep this low right over here, and find some buying pressure in this low volume shelf, I'm taking these longs. We're targeting new high of day trading with the trend. Do you know what? I do think we're going to pull back because, guys, we gapped up from yesterday's price, and a lot of people are going to be taking profits at that open. So I do think we're going to pull back at the open. I would like to see a pullback at the open. Buy, buy, buy. Short, short, short. Sell, sell, sell. I wouldn't look for shorts. I definitely wouldn't look for shorts right now. But I definitely wouldn't grab longs at these highs. I'd let the market further develop and give us an entry. Further develop as in longer than the 5 seconds it's been open. Take a look, let's see. We have a pretty strong sell wall at this 42 area, 63.42 on ES. We could take a look at NASDAQ, just made new high of day off pre-market, but a new seller just printed at 23.220 on NQ. Good morning, everybody. Guys, good morning, everybody. Vincent, TB, Smooth, Siva, Ryan, what's up? Roy, MJ, what's up, MJ? How you doing, man? Desi, Eddie, what's up? What's up, Adrian? What's going on? Everybody's having a good one. Leo, Kev, Fairchild, other Kev. It's like 3 Kevs in here. We got 2 on Discord and 1 on YouTube. Not touching gold anymore, no longer interested. This oil trade, believe it or not, might work out. Seeing how range-bound oil is, a lot of times, sometimes we'll respect, a lot of times, sometimes. A lot of times when we're range-bound in markets, they'll respect key levels very well. So when we get price action sort of like this, it could hold it, and not hold it for a trend, but just hold it for a pullback, right? We're looking for scalps when we're range bound because we're not expecting price to continue in any direction. Here's ES 33, 63, 38. I'm looking for 63, 31 for a possible entry. NAS with a nice little dip there. Remember, guys, I said equities, a lot of them, especially NVIDIA, gapped up. So look at NVIDIA gapped up to 171.39. And we just hit that 170 key psychological level. Now, yesterday's previous day high is around 166. Previous day high before that was about 168. So I'd like to see if 170 could hold as my first key level of support. If it fails, I'd like to see 168. And I like to use my equities along with my futures as well to sort of help give me direction and help confirm the bias. Confirm or deny. Yeah, gold I'm like really bearish on because gold's just breaking that previous day low, which means it could just like run, like absolutely run. Because like look at the daily, guys. Wouldn't it make sense for a red day, obviously, to be followed by red day? We broke that previous day low already, but the body is so small, we should be sort of expecting some type of move if we were doing measured move wise, like that big. So that would take us down to about 33.30. And we actually had a price level at 33.30 on gold. Look at this, 33.35, 33.30. Price targets on gold to the downside. I'm looking for shorts if we could find a good entry. And quite honestly, gold could just keep selling off, so we're going to leave it alone. ES and Q pulling towards our entries right now. Nice. Yo, nice. We got a full room up in here, guys. Big room today. Try to make some trades get paid. Waiting for that 63. So I had support on ES between 63.23 and 63.33. We had a low volume shelf that formed around 63.30 to about 63.28. So that's where I found my possible entry point. Aggressive sellers stepped in right here. Guys, remember the bubbles on Bookmap signify some type of aggressive or passive buying and selling, whereas the what's it called? The levels we see are passive. So the levels we see on the heat map are passive, the bubbles we see are aggressive. So if we're looking for buyers to step in, we're looking for big buy bubbles. If we look for sellers, aggressive sellers, we're looking for big sell bubbles. Right now we're getting bigger sell bubbles than buy. Alright, we're moving towards my entry point over here, 63, 30, 50, but because of the way we're moving lower, and we have 30 seconds left in this 5 minute, I'm going to give it just those 30 seconds. Sort of wait to see how we want to react, and seeing how aggressive the selling pressure has been, I also don't want to try to just jump in along. However, we have our fib tool. Optimal trade entry lines up in there too. We'll see, guys. It looks pretty solid. But again, I don't want to just jump in along for the sake of getting in along. 63.25 looks solid too for some possible longs. And that's right. Now I had a key level down here, 63.23, 63.25. Pre-market, that was the trade setup. Oh, big rejection candle on the 15-minute time frame there too on ES. All right, we just wicked my low volume shelf zone. So we'll see if we want to dive into it again. There we go, some selling pressure again. Buyers look like they're trying to hold us. A little bit of support there. Weighted index is at its previous session low too. Let's see if we can move into it for a second. And I'm going to try to get my fill. Okay, let's see if we get filled at 30.75. Stop loss is going to be 28.75. So 30.75 entry, 28.75 stop loss, 2-point stop loss, looking for a, I don't know. All right, it just filled me on that tap. Again, it could run right to stop or it could hold. Right now I'm holding this trade. This is a 6-to-1. I will be patient. Some buying support is stepping in there too. That looks great. Like the heat map is starting to get heavier below us. I want to see an aggressive buyer come in now, though, too, to help support our bull thesis off of this price level. Right now, my biggest concern is the 15-minute had a basing candle up here on the ES, and it's followed by a big sell candle right now, but this hasn't closed yet. Guys, look at that reaction. Look at that bottom tick entry we had today so far. As long as we can hold, that was a phenomenal entry. That is crazy. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Really need to hold this 30 area. Nice, guys. Huge. What a trade entry. That is crazy. Guys, literally, pretty much bottom ticked. Entry 63.30.75. We'll see. We'll see. We'll be patient here and wait. Gotta wait. Can't get too excited. This thing could sell off right through and right to our stop loss. Got 240 left in the 5-minute. I do like that we're trying to hold support here. I'm not going to stop out just because we're pulling back. Alright, let's see. My stop loss is still 63.28.75. So if we dip in a little here, that's okay. Right now we're sort of filling some of the orders down here.
ES is coming down to VWAP at 63.29, 63.30. 63.30, we'll call VWAP.
Oh, we're trying, man. This might run to stop loss. There goes our bottom tick entry. Oh, yeah, look at that, guys. That's close. That got close. One more dip, and I'm out. Wow, it was close. Minute 30 left. Oh, man. Weighted index is trying to hold up. That's usually a bullish sign, but ES is really struggling right here. Makes me wonder what's selling off. Ooh, Nvidia's popping. Nvidia popped off that 170 key psych level, by the way. That's pretty clean. Come on, buyers. Let's trap those sellers now. Everybody trying to sell this dip right here. Reverse on them. It's alright though. If it stops out, it stops out. I like that we're holding. Gotta be bored when we're trading. A bored trader is a successful trader, right? Because we're not in our feelings, in our emotions. Just letting the market play out, letting the market do its thing. VIX is trying to move higher, so that does show some selling pressure. Weighted index is trying to move higher, though, which shows buying pressure. So I'm just sort of waiting here. It might, yeah, there's my stop loss. That's alright. Now we just wait for the next possible setup. Can't force anything. Cannot force anything. We'll look. Our next setup was off key level 63.23. $15 just closed? Nope, we still have 5 minutes on that, and that was looking bearish on the 15, so we'll definitely be a little patient. There's that break lower. There's that key level. There's a stronger sell to that level. Good selling pressure coming in right here. Be patient. Be patient on that. 63.15 is in line for shorts, so this is something I looked for our pre-market. We were looking to see if we could break these low levels and see if we could sort of find a scalp to the downside towards 63.15, 63.10 I see as a target. So what I'll do, guys, is I'm going to wait for the 15-minute to close, because we had our 15-minute basing candle here, our strong sell-off candle. I'll wait for this sell-off candle to close, and then on the next 15-minute candle, when that opens, I'll come back to the 5-minute, I'll wait for a pullback, and I'll enter on the pullback looking for that 15 to continue lower. Dan, your charts aren't lined up like this? You don't see a sell-off the past few 5-minute candles? ES trying to hold this key level. You do see it? Okay, cool. Low volume down here. Volume's starting to pick up a little bit, but I don't know, man. Going long at this point, I'm gonna just be patient. It's the weighted index really that's been keeping me bullish, but Microsoft, damn, popping like a top 504 on Microsoft. Alright, buyers are trying to hold it here. Definitely, I would consider re-entering with a trailing stop loss, which means I'd sort of re-enter, keep my stop loss right below us, and as price moves up, sort of trail it. But 240 left on this. Really would rather be patient. We have a low volume shelf at 27 to 30 again. 27 to about 30. That's where we were looking for longs before, so maybe we could look see if that flips for shorts. Weighted index popping like it's hot right now. $204 left in the 5-minute right here. Could check our point of control. That would have been helpful. I should have checked point of control. Ah, point of control would have looked more bullish last time too. I'm looking for shorts off the 63.30. Or 28 to about 30. Something like this. VIX though, VIX just hit a key level 2, right? Key level to the upside, which means it might try to move lower, which is a bullish sentiment. But that 15-minute, man, it had me, sort of has me set on the bears at the moment. I would sort of consider a long off of this higher low right here, but we'll wait. Yeah, see what I'm saying? I'm still sort of set on the bears because of that 15-minute time frame. Gold dipping, oil chopping. We're just waiting. Give me an entry or give me death. And I'm just kidding. Take a look at our volume profile. Let's see. From 6 o'clock. Where? There we go. It's a P shape. It is a P shape. That's bullish. Alright. Alright. Let's see. 15-minute closes. $15 still closing bearish right there. 2 seconds on that. Yeah. I'm looking for a pullback. I'd like to go short. A lot of people going to be going long. CVD selling off too. Apple hit previous day high and rejected. Microsoft's still popping at 505, above 505 right now. That's what's helping the weighted index. So let's see if we can move into this like 28 to 30 area on ES for shorts. There we go. Get a little higher in there. Right near that 30. There's 29. I'm going to take it there around like 29. Stop loss around, where are we putting that? Let's see. Around 31. We'll do 30.75 stop loss and a short on ES. I sort of want to give it some room though, because I'm still waiting on that 15 to continue and they might want to wick us around first. But I'm in that short now. Looking for VIX to keep moving higher. Weighted index to start selling off. I need Nvidia to start dropping. Right now it's trying to hold above VWAP though, which is bullish. Nice reaction there. Apple selling off, Microsoft pulling back. Sort of a struggle fest right here. I'm really taking this trade based off the 15-minute time frame, so I'm going to be patient. Really looking for this 15 to continue lower. Nice. Nice. Look at that, guys. Huge. Great flip. Wow. Great flip on that. That is something, man. Good short entry so far. Could look to take profit off one if we wanted to, but sort of want to let this winner run. We caught a nice trend on that if we can. We'll see. Look to get out of one in just a second. Let's see. We'll lock in gains on one. Let's see. Ooh, let's see. How's our point of control on that last candle, actually? Yeah, we'll definitely lock in gains on one then. We get out at this key level. Okay, boom. Out of one contract, holding the last contract. No lose, and I locked in gains to make me back to break even from that first loss of the day. So great stuff right there, guys. Great entry, great patience. Good work. Good selling pressure. VIX is moving higher still. Weighted index looking lower still. Selling pressure. Let's get it. Let's get it. I want to see 63.10. Especially I want to see 63.15. I said if we could break these levels, I'd want to go short targeting 63.15. And don't forget, my short position is because I wanted the 15-minute to continue. So just because we're pulling back now for a minute or two doesn't mean we're going to reverse, because we still have 11.5 minutes for the 15-minute candle to close. So in a minute and a half for this 5 minutes to close. Really looking to see if we continue lower. In a great short position on ES right now. Look at this, guys. Fantastic. Hopefully you guys were able to take this with me. Make some moolah. You guys see how I wait for the pullbacks for my short entry, right? So I was looking, I saw we were selling off, but I waited for the pullback, right? The green, the pullback to go short. Because that's how you could get those really great entries. Have a good stop loss. Let's see. I locked in that first one for a 2.5 to 1. 56 seconds left. Check point of control on this 5 minute. I want it to be lower. If we could see volume, alright, it's spread out enough that there is still heavy volume to the downside, but it is starting to fade a little bit. But I'd like to see us continue lower here. Even into 63.19 to about 63.13. There we go, point of control just moved lower on this 5 minute, but look how weak point of control just got. Point of control is 2.7k right now. The last two point of controls were above 5,000 each. There we go, 3,000. Okay, 3,000 is a bit stronger. We have 20 seconds left. See if we get strong pressure to the downside for the last 20 seconds of this 5 minute candle with point of control moving lower. Drop it to the float. 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 Let's see. There we go. Give me some selling pressure. Let's get a little something cooking here. Good selling delta. Negative deltas. Gold. Popping and chopping around. Weighted index moving lower still. Come on, yes. Let's get that continuation going. 5 minutes been very bearish. No sign of a reversal just yet. Retesting key level 63.23. Part of me does want to take profit on this last contract if we get one more dip lower. Reason for that would be solely because I guess because we already had a pretty extended move and markets have been more bullish, so I don't want to be in a short position and then have markets reverse bullish on me. But it was the 15 that I was bearish on, so I could be a little patient on this last contract. This might just be a fake out, a scare out. Everybody who went short down here, there's a big pullback, stop hunting everybody, or thinking we're reversing, they go long, and then we continue lower. So either way, I'm staying a little patient. I'd like to see 63.15 on ES. I'm in the short around 63.28. I got out of one contract at key level 63.23, and my next target is 63.15. Here we go. That's some good selling pressure starting to build up here. Some resistance above us as well on Bookmap. I want to make sure those price targets are still there to the downside. Okay, 6,300 still there. 6,310 got a little weaker. A little concerning that they're pulling the levels. But we closed below the sell side liquidity already. We're trying to move lower. I'm holding this short. We have 3 minutes left in this 5 minute. Want to see how the weighted index is doing. Pretty bearish. NAS also sort of weak. So I'm not jumping out of this short position just yet. It'd have to go to my stop loss for me to get out. And that's okay if it does. Every time buyers stepped in this morning so far, they failed. So we'll be patient. We'll see how we want to react here. My stop loss is currently 63.30.75. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. What a big crew today. Weighted index moving lower. Needs to see equities follow. Nvidia's trying to move lower below 170. Look at ES, though, trying to hold. I'm still waiting for the 15 to close, though. 15 closes in 7 minutes. 7 minutes. I'd almost consider grabbing another short up here. Shorting this pullback. VIX is hitting a key level, though. That's the only reason I'm not adding to this trade. There we go. I'll hold it. I'll definitely hold this last contract. But I'm not adding because VIX is at a key level. There we go. Good selling pressure. That's funny. I said this is a good spot to add, and then we got 3 points in 2 seconds. Just reading the order flow. Going through it. Going through the motions of the ES and Bookmap oceans. Morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well today, man. Happy Tuesday. Right? It's Tuesday. Tuesday, innit? Let's see. Yeah, it's Tuesday. The next banner we are going to have so I can prepare it. Let's see. Nice. There we go. Don't forget, guys, Apex has the 80% off first month and 80% off recurring sale going. Great sale by Apex. I love it when they do that. Let's see. Until July 24th. And then they'll probably extend it again, right, Marziti? Alright, I'm still waiting on that 15. Look at that rejection, guys. 5 seconds left in this 5 minute, and we ate up that whole... This body is now a wick. Gotta wait for that 15 to close, man. Really looking for continuation lower. How is our... Point of control? Could point of control be lower? That would be great. Not. That's unfortunate. We'll see. It could have just been a pullback. And again, we spent way more time up here, so it really didn't give the opportunity for point of control to move lower. CVD has still been red. Just got to be a little careful on this. Amazon pulling back to the downside. NVIDIA is trying to pull back to the upside, Weighted index moving lower. Apple dipping to the downside. Meta dipping to the downside. Come on, equities. Let's pull it. I hate that we're hitting this key level right here. This 63.23. This was a key level of support I was looking at pre-market. So right now I'm holding a short into a support level, which usually isn't ideal. But we broke it already. We'll see. Still stop loss, still entry, still take profit. Still got out of one over here. There we go. Equity's taking a curve to the downside. I think ES is going to feel this. Need to see VIX hold this white key level 2 to the upside, and that would help ES push lower too. Yeah, I'm looking for this drop, base drop right here. Hmm. Alright, come on, ES. There we go. Some selling pressure. Guys, that's how boring markets are right now. I'm just looking at my phone, just doing my thing. Just gotta let the market play out. There we go. And remember, while we're getting these dips, good places to even exit the position. We don't want to add to the position on these drops right here. There we go. Give us a big, nice sell-off. 63.15. A lot of equities are trying to hold at the moment. 15-minute closes in a minute 48, and it's looking like I want it. Looking how I wanted it to look. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Boom. Let's see, though. Let's see. Gotta find that follow through. Minute 30 left right now on the 5-minute. I'm holding this, guys. I'm looking for 63.15. I might even look for 63.10, the way that we might sell off right now. Minute 7 left. Remember this morning we got some crazy sell-off candles. Yeah. New York Session Open candle was a crazy strong sell-off. So it wouldn't be that out of pocket to see another one. Trying to hold the 63.20, but I'm hoping people are watching 63.20 while it has no real support behind it. Yeah, I'm moving my take profit to 63.12 for now, just in case it does want to give us like a crazy drop, so I could get a few more points out of it. If it does slowly make its way there, then I will just exit at my original take profit. Great stuff today, guys. Good work. VIX moving higher, it's what I wanted to see. 8 seconds left in the 15-minute. Look at the 15-minute, guys. That was a beautiful read of the time frame analysis. My biggest issue is we're at a broken supply, which works as support. So I most likely will be taking profit at 63.15. Getting close to it. I don't know, man. That selling pressure's been pretty strong. I'll definitely move my stop loss to 63.27, so it's a no-lose trade. But, yeah, part of me is almost like just take profit here and call it a 5-1. See if we get one more dip. Weighted index is trying to sort of hold some support here, too. So, yeah, I'm going to look to see if we get one more drop to the downside to exit this short trade. Okay, getting a little selling pressure. Looking for 63.15 would be my target. There we go. There's that one more drop I was looking for. So this could be exit. Let's see. Come on, give me another dip. Dip by dip, you dip. I don't like that we're trying to hold it. Nah, weighted index looking bearish. Come on now, ES. Give us one more drop. 63.15. I don't like how we're dancing on this 63.18 right here. Let's see. Come on, break that. All right, we broke 63.18. That's a good sign. But we're trying to hold it. Yeah, we'll call it a trade up here around 63.18. See, we get out one more dip. It's like price action wise though, it looks like we're ready to keep going. But volume wise and technical analysis wise, we do have some support here too. So I'll play it a little safe. 63.18, I'll look to get out. So one more dip, another 1.5. I'm out of this trade. Now it's 2.5 points. Now it's 3.5 points. No, I'm just kidding. I will be quick to move it though if we see like an aggressive seller. Like I'm moving it right now for a split second just to see. Okay, there's 18. Yeah, we're struggling too hard to break it. But we could be squeezing before we break it, so I'm gonna play it safe. Let's just get out at 63.18. Alright, you know what? Manually exit. I'm not playing around with this. Right there, got out. 63.19 was my exit. So pretty good trade right there, guys. About 10 points on ES with a 2-point stop loss, 5-to-1 risk to reward. Very good. And it could drop another leg here. I was just growing a little impatient on this trade. And it happens. You know, the profits were nice on it already. I'm not complaining on it. It was a good trade. And it also covered the other loss, right? We took a loss over here. And when I took this trade, I took 2 contracts. I was able to take profit for about 5 points to cover that losing trade. And I was able to take profit another 5 points to cover profits for the day. Here we go. Now it's going to go to 15. I don't know, man. I'm not trusting it. That's why I'm out. There we go. Dude, damn, look at that. That's alright. That is alright. YouTube, hit that like and subscribe, you know, if you guys are making money with us today. Damn, we're close. Boom, 63.15, guys. 63.15. See that if I was patient, would have been able to hold the full TP. I ain't complaining for a 5-to-1 risk to reward. 7-to-1 would have been a little nicer, but still a very good trade. Very good stuff, guys. Maybe you guys were holding it. Great take profit. We hit it and pulled back perfectly. Great price level. That was a huge key level I was watching. For the past few days, guys, 63.15 has been a resistance point. Resistance, resistance. Now we're above it. It's support. Support. So that was why I was targeting it to the downside. Nice hold off of that level, but now we don't have support until 63.11. And I had my buys right today because of that 15-minute candle. Let's see. Alright, guys. We are sort of just waiting to see how markets want to react at this point. A great reversal right off of 63.15. Real good stuff today. Gold, look at that. Gold ended up trying to get out of this demand zone. Pulled back, could be creating a higher low right now, off of a fair value gap. So that might be good structure on gold. Wow, guys. Perfect reversal off 63.15 there. And that's in a support zone, so this might be... It's funny, I was thinking of taking a long there with like a point stop loss. What the short on what's it called? With Bookmap, we'll mark it out from here. Edit this drawing. No, come on now. How do you edit the edit? There we go. What's a stronger color that we could see? There we go. White's much better. Or like a teal bluish. This was a great short on ES there. We'll do a bit of a trade recap on that, guys. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, an edge full.
One can't eat right, so he drops it on the floor. The others can't get to it. Ay, ay. And then one will do anything to get to it.
All right, let's see.
Yeah. You look nice, by the way. You look nice, by the way.
Fantastic entry, fantastic exit. Good overall bookmap trade right there on ES. Zone confirmation, we had this, I didn't even realize we did have a bearish fair value gap there too. So we had a lot lining up there to give us confluence that that is going to be a good trade. Good hold there off of 63.18. Remember, we were struggling with that for a while. That's where I got out of my trade, 63.18. I got out before the 63.15 because I saw we were starting to dance on it. And when I say dance on it, guys, I'm sort of referring to how price action's moving on it. Whereas we had a strong sell-off here, we weren't really dancing on any price levels. We were selling off, finding aggressive selling, continuing lower. When we dance on a price level, it's almost like we're trying to break it and we pull back. We come back to it and try to break it and we pull back. And it's sort of like it's doing a two-step, right? It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, but it's at a specific price level, not a wider range. And when that happens, that could be support building up. And when we're in a short position and we see that, we want to be a little careful. And because we were close enough to my take profit, it's not like this was happening all the way at 63.23. This was happening all the way at 63.18, right near my take profit of 63.15. So I really didn't leave that much on the table there. So I was okay with taking profit there as well. Say, okay, well, this red zone 2 is also a support area, and that's where we're starting to wick. Yes, short from PM plan. Wonderful. Doesn't get much better than that. Whoa, what just happened here? Oil, glad we didn't take oil. Telling you guys, oil is a fail. And it's funny, I mentioned though earlier with oil that if you were taking it off of a demand zone, I wouldn't look for it to go up to a resistance. I'd look for a scalp, and that's exactly what it gave, and then it gave us a complete sell-off from there. Here we go. ES pulling back 63.25. Pretty heavy on bookmap, but that area just came up right now. If that area was there for a while, it would have more strength to it. But 63.25, I do have that key level 63.23. Damn, look at that. Gold did hold that 5-minute fair value gap as well. Dude, that ES entry and target, oh man, couldn't have been much better than that. Alright, hitting that key level, hitting the supply zone again. Would not look for longs at this point. At this point, guys, we always want to be waiting for the pullback. Whether we're looking at a reversal, whether we're looking at anything, a range. We're usually, well, when we're looking at a range, we're not really waiting for a pullback. We're usually waiting for a liquidity sweep. But when we're looking for a trend in the market, which is usually when we know we're day trading versus scalping, we're usually waiting on that pullback. This sell-off we got right here, I tried to go long here because we were bullish coming into that. But then when we failed that confirmed to me that we're bearish now. Once I got that confirmation, I said, okay, well now I have my bearish bias, I have my entry point, and now I have my new target. Because I had this price, I had this whole trade setup mapped out in our pre-market before it even happened. Literally had it mapped out. I'll look to see if we can hold these levels 63.23, 63.33 for long. So that's these two yellow levels right there. If we fail this area, which would be this fail right here, or this first wick right here, if we fail this area, I may look for a scalp short targeting 63.15 or 63.12. 63.15 was perfect. These levels worked as resistance the past couple of trading days, so now that we are above it, if we retest, we could work as support. Perfect. Perfect. Guys, it doesn't get much better than that. Talk about an accurate, just coming up with the trade plans, pre-market analysis, every day coming up with what we're looking for, and being prepared, because I was also, again, I was prepared for longs too. I wanted to take longs off of the support zone. Markets gave me different information, so it's a process, right? You have to come up with the trade plan first, but then you have to let the chart play out. You have to say, okay, this is my trade plans 1, 2, and 3. Now I have to let the market give me A, B, and C. Right, where it says, okay, we're breaking my support levels. Okay, well then I'm not doing my trade setup 1, I'll look for trade setup 2. That was short. Longs were trade setup 1. Shorts were trade setup 2. Now I can look for shorts. Great, here comes my price level. Well, now I have my entry point because markets developed. Great, so it's a hand-in-hand combination of your own analysis along with markets. So we just come up with our own analysis and then let markets sort of prove to us if it's working or not. Dude, that's 63.15, man. Imagine taking a long of 63.15 with like a 1-point stop loss. 10-to-1 risks to reward just off of that 10-point move. And we have to settle for a 5-to-1. Now we killed it today, guys. Pats on the back to everybody here. A lot of volume starting to build up. Now remember, overall we have been a bit more bullish than bearish. I mean, we're coming off of all-time highs. Let's not forget that. However, hourly time frame, look at this basing on the hourly to the upside. Big sell-off candle, and now we have our pullback. So right now on this current candle, so you see how we were green basing, so our new supply zone, big sell-off, so we'd look for continuation. So right now this 1 hour is green, we'd look for us to close red on this 1 hour, which means if we could get a short position near these highs and we do flip back bearish, we could be in for another phenomenal trade. I mean, like a stop loss at the high we make, targeting some type of low or something over there. That could be a really great trade based off of our hourly time frame analysis, and then we'll find our entry on like a 5 or 15 minute, because we're looking at the hourly, so we'll look at a 5 minute for entries. So I think this might be starting to line up here. We'll wait and see though. NAS didn't hit my support level I was looking for. Definitely thinking of ES shorts right here. But I might let it the 5 minute close first. Yeah, we're getting a little selling pressure here. Looks okay. But we could wait for, what we'll do, guys, is because we have a supply zone here, is we'll wait for a 5 minute to close red back below the zone to create a lower high, and then we'll take it short. Look at that. What am I telling you, guys? Just do your analysis. Do that time frame analysis. So important, so helpful. Can you show me where the pullback was for today's downtrend? Yeah, so Dan, the pullback for today's downtrend, I'll delete some of these drawings so it's a bit more clear on the chart, was right over here. So we can't really see it on the 5 minute too clearly. If you were on the 1 minute, you'd be able to see it. But when we opened, so here's the blue zone is pre-market, black zone, black area is our New York session open. We opened, we tried to wick higher, and then we sold off and continued to sell off, continued to sell off. Now the pullbacks usually come after we break a pivot. So that's going to help you sort of gauge where you're looking at. So this was our pivot from pre-market, sell side liquidity, 63.24. So we broke below our pivot, broke it with strength, and then we wicked back higher. Then the next candle opened, we wicked back higher again. So this was our pullback. We went from a lows to a pullback of 8 points. From that, we had another move lower for about, 14, 15 points. But the pullback was right off of that pivot. So we'll usually get the break of the pivot, the pullback, and then our second leg. So that was our pullback there on the 5 minute. These shorts are looking nice, guys. You got it, absolutely. Always happy to help. Anybody's ever got any questions, do not hesitate to ask. Alright, let's see. A little support under us right now. Alright, let's see, guys. Let's see. 15 seconds left here. If we get a red candle, it doesn't really matter how big the body is. Point of control is moving lower. We got a red candle. I almost want to take this short. It's just the support under us at this point. That big long lower wick, yada yada yada. That hourly, man. Yeah, no, I'm taking it short. Just one contract. We'll go super light. And I like it too because of the volume. Volume point of control was lower on this 5 minute candle. So even though we wicked higher, point of control was still lower. So I'll see if I get entry around 63.24. No, 63.23. I'll look for possible entry. And stop loss will be 63.26. It says it's on 23. There it is. So filled me short. And if it does just run back higher, I'll just stop out, that's okay. But I'm in this short based off of the hourly buys. I do acknowledge now, though, it's only 10.20. So there is a good chance we do want to pivot higher one more time towards 63.28. But I'm in the short. Stop loss is 63.26.25. I do want to see if we can maybe have another leg lower. Bearish on the hourly time frame. Looking to target possibly 63.12. New low of day. How's VIX doing? VIX is chopping, which is a little concerning. A weak VIX could mean a strong ES. And you gotta remember, buyers have had the momentum for the past few days, not hours or 30 minutes, days. So if we reverse, wouldn't be that out of the pocket for us to fully reverse bullish. But I'm holding this based off the 15, the hourly, mainly the hourly. 45, 30, 30 also, but mainly the hourly. I'd like to see that 15 continue lower too. We have 8 minutes left in the 15 to close. If we close over here on the 15-minute time frame, like right where my entry point is, that would be a basing candle, and I would not like to hold these shorts. Obviously, if it goes and hits my stop loss, it's another reason to get out of the short. But we'll be patient here and wait and see. I'd like to sort of see this as a bull flag. See if we can pull back. I'm always saying pull back. See if we could sell off. Start to be more specific. Thank you for all the love, guys. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I said earlier about the whole social media thing. Victoria, you're the best. Special credit. Or extra credit, they call it. Yo, Leo, man, your stories are so aesthetically pleasing. There we go, some selling pressure, guys. I'm not even looking at the chart. I'm not even looking. I'm just in the trade. I'm just looking at my phone, going through emails, setting up meetings, do. Just in this short. Just following the trend. We'll be patient here. We'll wait. Either goes to take profit or goes to stop loss. Doesn't matter. What's Google charging me $30 for? That's nice. AI Pro? Oh, I didn't cancel that. Oh no. Why would they charge me? It's tomorrow. No, it's the following day. I don't even know. Yeah, it's the following day. Wow, they charge you early so you can't cancel it. That's actually messed up. No way. I gotta look into that. That's something. It was like one of those trial things. I'm like, alright, I'll set an alert in my calendar and I'll cancel it right before it ends. I put the note in my calendar a day before it happens, so I'm aware of it. That's crazy, man. They charged me 3 days before. Just to make sure, because Google really needs my $30. Or your $30, whoever they're charging, 3 days before it's over. So funny. Would like to see the 30 continue lower as well. We have 5.5 minutes for the 30 to close. So if this 5 minute could close bearish over here, I'm looking for continuation, guys. How about NQ? Take a look at NAS. What's going on with NAS? NAS has been pretty range bound. I would like to see it move lower with ES, of course, because we have support to the downside. Near 23,110 would be my target on NASDAQ to the downside. 23,111, I should say. Right now, though, my worry with NASDAQ is that a lot of equities have held strength. So ES was a lot more bearish today, whereas NASDAQ was a bit more bullish because large cap tech stocks were performing better. When that happens, we might get range bound on NASDAQ, but let's say something like the Dow was extra weak today. That's going to have a bigger effect on the ES. It's going to have no effect on the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's mainly tech stocks. S&P 500 is the whole bundle. Short at 23,200. Oh, you're looking at a book map. Right. Oh, yeah, 23,200. Major sellers up there. Big sellers. We might not get back up there. Look at this selling pressure. Nice. Nice, guys. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Wow. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I yabba dabba do. Give me a drop, baby. VIX pushing higher off of a key level. We're in that support zone again, though, on ES, so be a little careful here. 63.12 is my target, but I think I'm going to just get out there. Yeah, we're out there. That was a nice scalp. That was a very easy 2-to-1. No stress trade. Practically no drawdown. Very nice profits on the day. That's how we do. How we do, baby. It's probably going to push another leg lower. And I'd want to see it. So because NASDAQ has room to support, like a lot of room to support, I could see it selling off from here. So if I could see NASDAQ sort of pulling back lower as well, I could see ES also continuing that downtrend, especially because ES has been so much more bearish than the NASDAQ. But I would wait, because right now we are in an area of support on ES. We are holding those lows on NASDAQ. So this could be a spot. Look at this, was a fair value gap right here on NQ. So I'd wait. This was a nice 2-to-1. Now we wait. Took some great trades today. 2 for 3. Ooh. And also, guys, this low volume shelf in here on the session volume profile, you see how there's like a no volume shelf? That means what I'm expecting is if we could push into this, we could try to hold that for longs as well. So when we pushed into it the first time, that's when we got 63.15, we were able to reverse very nicely, very quickly, about 10 points off of that. So we might look to see that 63.13, 63.12, and another 10-point pullback from there as well. And when I say pullback, if it depends on what trend we're looking at. So if we're looking at a pullback and we're on a downtrend, the pullback would be green or wicking to the upside. If we're looking at a pullback on a bull trend, it would be wicks or pullbacks to the downside. Pullbacks are when we're pulling back against the trend. Continuation or continue or continuation is us continuing back into the trend. So we look for a trend to start. We look for our entry point for our pullback to the entry point, and then we take it for the continuation. Gold, chop, wobbly, wobbly, wop, gold, wobbly. Yes, looking good, man. Looking good for 63.10. Great, guys, freaking beautiful price action lately. Usually I hate all-time highs, but, well, futures-wise, have we really been trading through all-time highs? Barely, not really. And that's probably why we're doing all right, range-wise, because range price action, it's my cup of tea right there. Supply, demand, once we have our zones or areas, don't get much better, let alone the volume and all that. So we were 2 for 3 today. First trade we took was a long off of this blue zone over here. This was a low volume shelf, low volume node on the ES from that CPI data that came out. So when we came into it, we started wicking it. We started holding it a few times. I took my long position. I knew my stop loss. I knew how much I was risking, and took a loss on it. That's okay. I was able to switch my bias because I had my trade plan set up from this morning. That trade plan was this one right over here where I said, if we fail this area, I may look for a scalp short targeting 63.15. Well, I got that. We broke this area. Then we pulled back. I took my short around 63.28. I got it out for 63.18. Then guess what? On this pullback right here, I was able to capitalize on another 6 points. So it's really just a matter about being patient and really going for those trades and letting it play out. Having your trade plan so important. Having a proper setup.
He did. I'm not gonna be one. I'm just going to the bank and coming right back.
Nice, guys. ES gonna make that run towards 63.12 right here. Boom, there's 63.15 again. It's funny, this purple level I have was a buy side liquidity at some point a long time ago over here, and it worked for buy side liquidity and supply. Now it turned into a key level. So my key levels, guys, they stem from buy side and sell side liquidity points at some point, or supply and demand price levels. Boom, 63.12, let's go. Killer day, guys, killer. Ooh, ooh. What I say, said NASDAQ had some room to go too, but I'd be worried on NAS shorts because we've been wicking a lot more. ES making new low a day, much better strength. So what I get? Google AI Pro, 2 terabytes. It's ridiculous. The hell is that even for? Google Play. Cause yeah, I'm a big Google Play guy. Everybody is, right? What's what's Apple Music and Spotify when you can use Google Play? Dude, great support of 63.10 right there. Great support. Great passive buyer fit in right there too. Dude, that's solid, man. What a great day. YouTube, make sure you spam in that like button. Discord, always love you guys as well. Am I still live on Discord? Yeah, okay. Phew. Couldn't find it. Good support there. And remember, guys, I was bearish because of that hourly on ES, and that worked perfectly. Remember how green this hourly candle was before? We had that big body to the upside, and I was looking for shorts off of the retest of supply, and I waited for the 5 minute to give me a red close off of that to give me my entry, because I'm looking for an hourly time frame structure, so I'll wait for a 5 minute to close, because if I'm waiting for a 5 minute to close, and I'm looking for the hourly time frame, something tells me 1 5 minute candle isn't going to make up for the entire hourly candle's move, right? Remember that. 1 5 minute can't make up for the entire hourly candle's move. So you could let a 5 minute close here and there if your analysis is on the hourly and higher, even if it's on like the 30 minute. Sometimes 30 minute you got to be a little bit quicker with your entries. But these trade setups, these didn't occur until we had our first 15-minute candle close, our orb, as we would call it, right? And I probably could have used the orb breakout. Let's see, if we used the orb breakout on this trade, how would we have taken this? We wouldn't have. That's how we would have only taken this trade. Because look, we had our orb, we broke the low right here, then we pulled back. Maybe I would have took this pullback as a trade, but I'd much rather trade my volume analysis. So orb wise, I'm not the biggest fan. I don't like to use it, but yeah, no, solid trade, good setup, good plans, good work. Yo, Pedro's right, man. Pedro said in the community, said everything's selling but NQ. Yo, Pedro's not even in here right now, and he used the same wording as me. It will stay dancing like that until the pumping on Nvidia stops. Was I not calling the market's price action dancing before? That's so funny. And I was saying the same thing about Nvidia, about NQ, while ES sells. See, that's good analysis. We're not even in, he's not in the voice chat right now, but he had the same analysis because he also trades ES and NQ. He also trades supply and demand. He also trades consistently enough that he knows what he's doing to the point he says, okay, well, this is going on, or this is going on. Or he's able to read the same things, and you guys will also be able to read the same concepts, the same structure. Just gotta stick to it. Take every day as a lesson, right? You really have to think of it like schooling, right? Like you go to school, people go to school for 4 years to learn something, sometimes 8 years for a really high up profession. Okay, well, let's take it day by day, right? One day at a time. Let's take this short trade. Let's take today as today's July 15th, Tuesday. Yesterday's price action we're aware of. Today we have our zones and levels. Play it from there. Let's see, Pedro said he's been waiting for a close below 23,132 on the 5-minute. Let's see if later buyers can calm down. Yeah. I'd like to see NQ make its way towards that 23,112. There we go, man. ES with another dive. Take a look at NASDAQ on Bookmap here. We did not end up coming back to that 23,200. Leo, you remember I mentioned that. I said, I don't know if we're going to come back to it. We did not, so we'll wait and see. ES selling pressure strong. Weighted index trying to move lower. VIX moving higher is bearish sentiment. Great price action today. Again, yesterday was also great price action. Alright, so ES is at a key level right now. I wouldn't look for shorts this low. We've already had a very nice move lower. NASDAQ also at some support at the moment. Nothing crazy. It's at VWAP, at a fair value gap, yada yada. We just really wait here. Really nothing standing out to me screaming this is a good entry or this is a good trade. We already had a killer session so far. So let's just sort of wait and see how things develop a little further if we are looking for another trade. Did you see Roblox has some type of lawsuit going against them now? Wonder if that affected their stock. I'm sure it had to, you'd think. Damn, man, Palantir above 150. They're bullish. They don't give a crap about a lawsuit. Oil giving us a whole lot of nothing. I wish oil had some type of like VIX or deposit or something like that. Just has headlines. Just has headlines and tariff drama. Not much support on NASDAQ here. Looks like we're getting ready to drop. Be a little careful though. NASDAQ has been finding support today. ES is at support too, so I really wouldn't take anything right now. It's funny. Pedro said he didn't trade yesterday to avoid funny price action prior to CPI, and I'm like, dude, this price action's been great. I love choppy price action. Now, what did we get yesterday? Yesterday we had those NASDAQ shorts on this 5-minute for a nice scalp, and then 1 minute on the 5-minute scalp to the upside. So again, we're trading the ranges, we're trading our biases, we're trading with our plans. There we go. Alright guys, don't forget, join me for Futures Fever tomorrow, please, please, please. I do appreciate the support. There's going to probably be some changes to it after this next show, so I would definitely a billion, quadrillion, super, super asking you guys to show some support to it. It's on YouTube, it's on Benzinga's YouTube. If you just go, you drop a like, if you could drop a comment, whatever, I don't really care. Just to show some engagement, some active engagement in it. They were also concerned the affiliate wasn't the best with it. We'll see. We'll see. We'll get things going. But that's Futures Fever on Wednesdays on Benzinga. Go to YouTube. Go to Benzinga. Live, and it is Futures Fever. So I have them every day, every Wednesday. They're an hour long. I go over what's Apex Trader funding, do some technical analysis, possible trade setups. But if you guys could comment, so like these are all bot comments. Bellarium, Bellarium, Bellarium. Like if I had some real comments in there, that'd be pretty cool. Couple extra likes would be great, but again, really just sort of keep me around with that going. Keep that going. And social media too. Everywhere, man. Everywhere. Marzit, are you still there, homie? I guess not. Big break right there. There's our open price on ES. Ooh, Trump economics advisor Kevin Hassett is rising in race for next Fed chair. I would be behind that. I'd be okay with that. Kevin Hassett as the next Powell, right? So we'll see. Damn, there's that Nas drop. Love to see it. About time. Guys, we had some fantastic shorts today. I mean, even if this short trade up here, imagine we held that, and held it, and held it, and held it. Getting just some phenomenal entries, and that's great. And that's coming from these volume profile entries, coming from bookmap style entries, and just waiting for some time frame analysis to also line up. And understanding which one to trade. Understanding that, okay, today ES is looking way better to the downside than NASDAQ, and I knew that before all this price action panned out. Why? Well, you guys heard me all morning. I was talking about how equities, Nvidia's trying to push higher. Microsoft's pushing higher, new high a day, above 504, above 505. Then at some point it was above 506. Apple, same thing, had a nice little bull run right in the morning too. So all these equities sort of taking turns being bullish is going to give NASDAQ a much harder time because it's weighted way more heavy on these equities, on these large cap tech stocks. Some support building up on ES here. It is 10:45. Guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream in just a moment. YouTube, hit that like and subscribe. Discord, appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'll be right back. As always, any questions, please feel free to shoot me a message. You guys could message me right here in main chat, message me in the questions tab, direct message me on Discord. You just click my name, and then it's Kevin_trades. Do not get fooled by any fake Kevin accounts. It would be like Kevin_period trades. Kevin_trades period. This is my only account. This is the only one. Add it if you guys want. This is my only account. And of course, you guys can message me on social media as well. Twitter is Trade with Kev, and IG is Trading with Kev. So, guys, have a great day. Hopefully, you guys were able to make some money with me this morning. I know I did pretty well on them ES shorts after we took that ES long and stopped out. So great job, everybody, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, later, everyone. Don't forget, show some love on the on my streams on Benzinga and the and so I say social media, but I really mean Instagram for the most part. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye. The daily live stream is awesome. Second day in a row, and it's been extremely helpful in terms of analysis, expanding upon what I'm already seeing will be. Hey, that's awesome, Rod, and I appreciate that. The Gun and Sun. What time is Futures Fever? Futures Fever is Wednesdays at 11:30. Well, it was Wednesdays at 11:30. Like I said, tomorrow, unfortunately, I don't want to say might be the last one. Let's see, we'll go Benzinga. But what happened was we had Peter Tuckman. I don't know if you guys know Peter Tuckman and David Green, but they've been trading. They've been on Wall Street for over 40 years, and they started coming on the show for a while and started to pick up some good traffic. And then there was some issues with them and on the whole on the back end with like contracts and whatnot. But they fixed it. But I think they want to do some type of more like an earlier morning, like a market open, which is sort of what we do here. So that'd be pretty cool if we move Futures Fever just to like instead of 11:30 to 12:30, from like 8:30 to 9:30 or 8 to 9, so we could trade that pre-market for a half an hour and a half an hour into market open. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, it's at 11:30 tomorrow. I would appreciate it if you guys tuned in, dropped a like and whatnot. They don't have coming up yet. They didn't print the link out, but keep an eye on social media. I'll post it to like my Instagram story and to Twitter and everything like that. And YouTube, I appreciate you guys. See some new faces in here, and I do appreciate it. So I'll see you guys next time, alright? Take care. Shoot me a message if you want to chat. Alright, peace.